It's the home opener for Mount Vernon as the Lady Rams are going to take on the West Frankfort Lady Redbirds out of the River to River Mississippi Division over in 2A in this non-conference matchup. Mount Vernon comes in with an 0-4 record, 0-1 in conference play, and they came off a loss against Carbondale. That was this last Tuesday in 3 sets, while West Frankfort, they on the other hand, come into the day with a 2-4 record, and their 2 wins have consisted of Johnson City and Heron. We thank you for tuning in to the pregame show, which is brought to you by Landers Towing and Collision Center of Mount Vernon, now in their new state-of-the-art facility at 2325 Benton Road, Route 37 south of Mount Vernon. Their new facility is in the Old Dobbs building. Call 1-888-LANDERS for your towing and collision repair needs. So, we're going to head and take our first commercial break. We come back, we'll talk a little bit more during the pregame show as we got the matchup between Mount Vernon and West Frankfort here this evening from Mount Vernon High School. And this broadcast is powered by People's National Bank here on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
Equal housing lender.
Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon is now your go-to GM certified collision repair facility using state-of-the-art technology.
Now in our 42,000 square foot facility, Landers is there for you in time of need.
When nature gets a bit too wild, we've got you covered. We specialize in fixing those unexpected encounters with deer and other critters.
Stop by our new location in the former Dobbs building on Route 37 South in Mount Vernon and see why Landers Towing and Collision is the go-to repair facility. Call 1-888-LANDERS.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact your local Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today to see how you can save.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Watch the Lady Rams in stunning high definition on the free Section 618 app, powered by Paul Shields Allstate Insurance. Now back to Lady Rams volleyball.
And be sure to let Josh Finley with Country Financial help you achieve your financial future. Call 618-242-4024. And you can also find Josh Finley at countryfinancial.com. Back here to the Lady Rams broadcast here from Shagnog Gymnasium. And the Lady Rams are powered by People's National Bank, who is the official voice of Lady Rams basketball, or volleyball, I should say. Mount Vernon winless on the year, 0-4. West Frankfort 2-4. And here to my right, taking care of color commentating duties, we got Tatum Murdoch. Tatum, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm excited. First game of the season for us anyways. I'm pretty pumped. Excited to see some good volleyball.
Well, during the freshman and JV games, Mount Vernon won those in straight sets. So we'll go ahead and do a scoreboard update in regard to those two games, which are brought to you by Tony Wilt State Farm, who has been in service for over 15 years in Mount Vernon, 618-242-1421, or go to TonyWilt.com to learn more. In the freshman game, Mount Vernon took that in straight sets, 25-7, 25-19. And the JVers also won in straight sets, 25-15, 25-20. And if you look back at the last 2 times these 2 teams faced each other, that was on September 5th of a year ago. Well, that ended up going 3 sets. Mount Vernon won that 19-25, 25-13, 27-25. And these are 2 teams that are on the rebuilding side of things in regard to the volleyball program. West Frankfort's coached by Nick Ramsey in his 3rd season at the helm. He was a longtime Nashville high school assistant coach on the JV squad and has had minimal success so far, but building the program from the ground up always takes a little bit of time.
Definitely a little bit of time, a lot of effort, a lot of patience, especially if they're younger girls. I think there's a couple of people that have some young teams coming up ready to fill some shoes.
Well, I've done a few games so far this season, most of them sitting around the 2A side, and I've seen West Frankfort a couple of times last year, and I saw them play a little bit in the River to River Conference preview. They did go winless in that tournament, losing in straight sets to Massac County, DuQuoin, and Carterville, while Mount Vernon, they lost in straight sets, or I guess they lost 3 games over at Fairfield against the host Fairfield team, along with Sisney, and 3 sets to Woodlawn. So 2 teams that are kind of trying to still figure things out. It's still very early in the season as well.
Yeah, they got some time, but you never want to extend that, you know what I mean?
And we also got the stream today, and tonight's stream is brought to you by Paul Shields, and you can get your free quote by calling 618-241-0551 for auto, home, business, life, renters, and even boat or ATV. Paul has you covered, so we thank him for sponsoring the stream this evening. And we got one of our current employees over there, Devin, taking care of our streaming today.
Where are you going, Devin?
He's just listening to us. But we'll go ahead and take another commercial break. The 2 teams are warming up right now. We're still a little bit of ways until we get this one started, which is Mount Vernon and West Frankfort. Again, the Lady Rams are 0-4, and the Lady Redbirds, they're sitting at 2-4 on the season. And this is inside the broadcast booth presented by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, where they specialize in a variety of treatments and musculoskeletal conditions such as medication, physical therapy, and surgical procedures. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Lady Rams Lady Rams Volleyball, which is powered by People's National Bank on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
Hey everyone, it's Marty with Huey and Newell Funeral Homes. Life is deceptive in the course of living it. We get so wrapped up in our daily activities that we lose sight of what we're actually here for. A life well lived is one that doesn't rely on accomplishments or acquiring stuff, but instead focuses on relationships. Practicing kindness, empathy, and compassion are the things that last and will impact other people's lives for generations to come. We are Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, serving our community with the greatest of care now and many years to come.
The all-new 2025 Toyota Tacomas are here at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. Hi, this is Presley Marlowe. Lock in 4.75 financing for 60 months, plus save up to $3,600 off MSRP. And every new Tacoma comes back with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Just arrived the 2025 Tacoma iForce Max TRD Pro. Shop now at Munkin Toyota, MountVernon.com, or stop by Munkin Toyota just off exit 95 in Mount Vernon, where every deal is backed by real value.
You need insurance to help protect things that mean a lot to you? You need coverage that's affordable because we all have a budget? At Country Financial, we get it. For close to 100 years, we've offered insurance and financial services to help protect what's most important to you and to help prepare for your future. Best of all, I'm here to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. In other words, we've got your back. I'm Josh Finley, your local Country Financial representative. Call me at 618-242-4024.
This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball on WMIX. Presented by People's National Bank.
Welcome back here to the Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon pregame show. We're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For any and all your towing service needs, call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Mount Vernon and West Frankfort, the 2 teams in action tonight. And just looking a little bit ahead of time, both teams. They got some games coming up here in the near future because, well, we're still within the first few weeks of the season. And looks like Mount Vernon, they are going to be in action this weekend. They'll be over at the Mattoon tournament. They'll be playing at 9 o'clock against Springfield and a 1 p.m. game against the host Mattoon team. Then we're going to have back-to-back live Mount Vernon volleyball games coming up on Monday and Tuesday. Monday is going to be a game against Woodlawn, and Tuesday is going to be their second conference game against the Centralia Annies. And let's just say Centralia, they've looked pretty good this year. They only have a couple of losses, and it's going to be a very, very deep South 7 conference this year, especially with Carbondale winning the conference last year, going 7-1.
That sounds like some good volleyball. I'd like that.
Yeah, Carbondale, they were 25-10 a year ago. Centralia 21-16. Marion went 16-17. And the Lady Rams, they went 12-20. And this game is, once again, powered by People's National Bank. And if you're looking for a bank that truly cares, People's National Bank offers exceptional customer service and innovative solutions. Discover more at peoplesnationalbank.com, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Well, Tatum, if you were to give a keys to the game between these two squads tonight, what would you probably say for that?
I mean, being this first time back in this chair, so I don't even I don't know. I mean, I'm always going to be the one to say, have fun, play hard, play with your heart, give it all. But I don't really know, with all the new girls coming in and the seniors leaving, especially for Mount Vernon, I get to see a little bit more of the girls. I mean, they got a little bit of playing time last season, but I haven't got to see them all in full action. So I guess for right now, just play to win, have fun.
Try and get that first win of the year is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, be loud.
I would say if I were to give one myself, I would say basically keep the rallies going long. West Frankfort's, they go 7 deep, so they only use one bench player, and that's their libero. So if you keep those rallies going a little longer, you're going to start get to that second set. Maybe some of those kills that occur might go a little bit easier later on in the match. So
you just have to make sure both teams have the endurance at the same time. Volleyball, you don't think too much about endurance until you have that one match where you're like, all right, y'all are out of shape. We got to get it together.
Well, not only that, but also a lot of them play in those tournaments, like 4 of them a year. So some of those you're playing 5 games a day. So.
Right. I missed that. That was fun. You were dead exhausted after those.
And the keys to the game are brought to you by Munkin Toyota, and they buy used cars. Even if you don't buy theirs, any make, any model, Munkin pays top dollar. Find out more at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com. And again, those are Mount Vernon. Get going early, and if you take that first set, then it makes it a lot easier trying to get sets 2 and 3, which
you just got to stay in it.
Well, that's what exactly happened last year. West Frankfort took the first set, winning it by 6, and then Mount Vernon crushed them in set number 2, 25-13, and then went down to the wire in the third set, 27-25. So I would say similar blueprint to what you had a year ago. Maybe you don't want to get to that third set.
Right. I mean, unless you're the one that took the L the first one.
Yep.
You do not want that.
Keys to the game brought to you by Munkin, and they love what they do. They enjoy their job and love helping you make a very important decision. Munkin Toyota, just west of the interstates in Mount Vernon. We'll go ahead and take another commercial break. We're getting a little closer. Then we'll give our starting lineups, the Hall Insurance Group starting lineups, and we'll talk a little bit more after another break. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball, which is powered by People's National Bank on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
If you are looking for a new career, Walgreens Distribution Center in Mount Vernon is hiring. Walgreens offers an excellent benefits package, competitive pay, on-site health clinic, 401k, performance bonuses, shift differentials, full-time employment, and maintenance technician openings. Plus, they have walk-in Wednesdays every Wednesday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. No appointment necessary. Walgreens is an equal opportunity employer and welcomes individuals with diverse talents and backgrounds. Walgreens promotes and supports a drug-free workplace.
Stop searching for your own insurance. You have too much on your plate. Just one call to Hall Insurance, and they'll find the best coverage for your needs. Whether it's home, auto, renters, boat, motorcycle, your business, whatever you need coverage on, they'll do the work for you. Then call you back with a quote, most times in the same day. Call 618-244-7500 or visit hallinsgroup.com. Hall Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency in Mount Vernon. hallinsgroup.com.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Over the years, we've stayed pretty humble about most things, but being from Wisconsin is not one of them. Still today, we are a family restaurant, proud of our small town roots and nicer than nice people. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. Our food tastes homemade because our menu is homegrown.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
Welcome to Delicious.
Back to Mount Vernon Lady Rams volleyball, powered by People's National Bank.
And welcome back here to the broadcast booth, brought to you by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. And over at the Ortho Center of Southern Illinois, they offer the most progressive therapies in orthopedics and sports medicine, along with spine surgery, shoulder surgery, knee surgery, and joint replacement surgery. So we thank them for sponsoring the broadcast booth this year here for the Mount Vernon Lady Rams volleyball. And speaking of Rams sports, the football team is going to be in action tomorrow, which is going to be live on WMIX. RJ is going to have the call of that one, which is going to be the Rams over at Carbondale after the Rams fell to Waterloo 34-17 this last Friday, and the Terriers picked up a victory against Murfreesboro. That final was 21-13. So this broadcast is also live stream, which is brought to you by Paul Shields Allstate Insurance. You can visit Paul at 2100 Broadway in Mount Vernon and get your free quote today. Well, Tatum, you want to take a look at some of these starting lineups that we have for tonight. We'll go first off of the Mount Vernon Lady Rams. They're going to have every one of their varsity players is going to see action. They do have a freshman that just recently got added, and that starting lineup which is brought to you by Hall Insurance Group. Don't waste your time. Let Hall Insurance Group do the shopping for you. Call hallinsgroup.com and get a quote fast. That's hallinsgroup.com. So for the Mount Vernon Lady Rams, they're going to have an outside hitter wearing number 2. That's a junior, Addison McMillan. At one set position, they do start 2 centers. He'll be number 6, Lauren Matt Miller, a junior. One of the defensive specialists is number 7, junior, Ariana Benson. We have a middle hitter, senior number 10, Jerica Newell. At one outside hitter spot, a sophomore number 12, Kendall Mast. The libero and defensive specialist, that's number 16, Paige Powers. Outside hitter and senior, wearing number 19, that's Isabella Stanford. Outside hitter and a junior, number 29, Brenna Timmons. One of the defensive specialists is number 36, Madeline Walker. She's a junior. And the other center for the Lady Rams is number 38, Savannah Marlowe. She is a senior. So that goes McMillan, Matt Miller, Benson, Newell, Mast, Powers, Stanford, Timmons, Walker, and Marlowe for the Lady Rams, who are under the direction of first-year head coach Madison Cruz. And that assistant group for the Lady Rams, that consists of Annie Wareham and also Grace Willis. She was Grace Wilson.
Yeah.
Recently just got married, so now
really?
it's Willis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was talking to...
Is it too far?
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning with head coach Cruz, was that, man, that kept the same letters, so it keeps the same initials.
Switch it around a little bit.
So looking at the West Frankfort side, their head coach is Nick Ramsey in his 3rd season, and that coaching staff, which has 4 assistants, 2 of them being volunteers, includes Jennifer Skelton. She was the JV coach last year. Ashley Castile, along with Layla Kazadi and Jeremy Castellano. So that starting lineup, we got number 1. That is junior defensive specialist Ashley Rala. We got a middle hitter and outside hitter. That's number 5, Michaela Joyner. The libero for the Lady Redbirds, number 11, Timber Melvin. She's a senior. We got number 13, senior outside hitter Jenna Deason. Their only setter that's going to be playing, who does in fact have every single one of their assists on the season, 70 of them through 6 games. and is number 14, Reese James, the senior. We got number 22, Evan Lemon. She is a senior middle hitter, one of the starters from last year, and a senior outside hitter, number 32, Emma Ridgway. So that West Frankfort lineup's going to go Rala, Joyner, Melvin, Deason, James, Lemon, and Ridgway. And those starters for the both teams are brought to you by Hall Insurance Group. And let Hall Insurance Group shop for you. Call 244-7500 or go to hallinsgroup.com. So, as you can tell from those starters and how we mentioned on the keys to the game, the Munkin Toyota keys to the game, they don't go very deep.
No, they don't. I guess you don't even really have to try, and they're just going to have the endurance to, or they should anyways. I mean, they've all played a few games now at about a handful each. So I feel like they have a good idea, and then once the year goes on, they're just going to get better and more accurate as a team. So I guess we'll just see how this plays out.
And I know I was mentioning to you before the game started how they have a new rule in the IHSA where they took away the 2 hits, and that's only on sets. So how you mentioned it before the game off the air, so anyone can set now.
Yeah, literally anybody. Like, that's just crazy. I was a setter throughout high school and college, so that would drive me nuts as a ref, as a coach, as anything, because you're gonna, especially I know Nick Ramsey and I know Annie Wareheim, I know Cruz. I played against her in high school. Like, I can't imagine that'd be easy to watch as a past player or coach.
Well, there's nothing else more of a killer than having 6 straight points. You're, getting into a big rally, and then the setter gets a 2 right there.
I would lose my mind, literally.
It's completely gone now and good to go. So
that's crazy.
So it's something maybe to watch. And I have noticed that in the games this year. I asked multiple coaches and even officials. I go, so how's that changed? Well, across the board, they say, makes it a lot easier.
I bet it does. Honestly, I bet it does, because you don't have to sit there and critique and coach on, the form of the hands and stuff. I remember that, and just being hard to teach or to show, because every setter, whatever you want to call it, has to figure out their own stuff. But I guess you're right. You really don't got to worry about it, do you?
Makes it a lot easier.
Whatever.
And this broadcast is powered by People's National Bank. You can make the switch to People's National Bank for reliable, customer-focused banking. Explore their services and find out how they can support your financial journey at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Well, we got 30 seconds on the clock. They are wrapping up their warm-ups. That's on the West Frankfort side, so we'll go ahead and take our last break. And when we come back, we'll have National Anthem. We will have the starters officially being announced on the courts, and we'll get our first tip right after another word from our sponsors. You're listening to Lady Rams Volleyball, which, again, is powered by People's National Bank on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
Looking for convenient banking with a local touch? Welcome to People's National Bank. With their easy-to-use services and friendly bankers, they're here to make your banking entire experience smooth and personalized. From checking accounts to mortgages and agriculture loans and more, they're always here for you. Experience the difference with People's National Bank, where convenience meets community. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a lost bee that found my way into your car. And now that I'm in here, good luck getting me out.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Contact your local Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today to see how you can save.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball.
And welcome back here to Lady Rams Volleyball here on WMIX and the Section 618 app. We got a little bit of that national anthem because, well, it started halfway through the national anthem, so we'll say we got a third of it in, and we are ready to get this one started between Mount Vernon and West Frankfort. Mount Vernon 0-4 on the season, and the Lady Redbirds from West Frankfort over in the Franklin County area, they sit in the record at 2-4. Reminder that our pregame show was brought to you by Landers Towing and Collision Centers of Mount Vernon. And whether it be collision repair, camper and trailer repair, towing, or heavy collision repair, Landers is here for you. Call 1-888-LANDERS. Well, it looks like they might be having some issues with some of their mics and everything, so they're announcing both teams' starters. And we'll go ahead and just recap those starters, which are brought to you by Hall Insurance Group. So, again, they have Ashley Rala, Michaela Joyner, Timber Melvin, Jenna Deason, Reese James, Evan Lemon, and Emma Ridgway. They do start, 5 seniors and 2 juniors for head coach Nick Ramsey's group. On the Mount Vernon side, they have Addison McMillan, Lauren Matt Miller, Ariana Benson, Jerica Newell, Kendall Mast, Paige Powers, along with Isabella Stanford, Brenna Timmons, Madeline Walker, and Savannah Marlowe. And Mount Vernon, their head coach, Madison Cruz. That lineup consists of 4 seniors, along with 5 juniors, and just 1 underclassman, that is Kendall Mast, the sophomore outside hitter. So tonight's broadcast, we are having this one streamed, which is brought to you by Paul Shields Allstate Insurance. Visit Paul at 2100 Broadway in Mount Vernon to get your free quotes, or call 618-241-0551. Well, Tatum, you ready to get this one started?
Heck yeah. And I just realized you said that they have 4 seniors?
Mount Vernon, yes, that includes Newell, Powers, Stanford, and Marlowe, so 4 seniors.
Have even a younger team next year. That's wild.
Well, I mean, their JV squad won in straight sets, freshmen won in straight sets, and that's always a good sign when you have a program that are able to win those. So the varsity squad is trying to win in straight sets as well. So we'll go ahead and get our first serve, which is brought to you. See, I got that written somewhere. Here it is. The first serve is brought to you by Walgreens Distribution Center, and they're looking to hire full-time, part-time, build your own schedule, and even salaried positions. Walgreens is an equal opportunity employer and welcomes individuals with diverse talents and backgrounds. I'd say we're about ready to have a little bit of fun, wouldn't you say?
Heck yeah. I'm ready to watch some volleyball.
Well, the Lady Rams, they're going to start on the south side of the gym, so they'll be hitting from left to right. They got the black jerseys with the orange trim and a little bit of white in there to go along with the black trunks. Their libero, number 16, Powers, is in the orange and black, while West Frankfort, they're on the north side of the gym, so they'll be hitting from right to left. And they got the striped gray and white sleeves to go along with the red jerseys, and tough to see those numbers. They're in gray to go with the black trunks. And their libero, Timber Melvin, she's the libero, and she's got the white jersey and has the matching sleeves, which normally don't see that from the libero color.
You really don't. You're normally completely different. I like when they have like the bright neon, like you can have like a team of red and black, and then you just see a neon pink jersey, like random. I love that. I love that so much. Like Mount Vernon, I know it's still their color, but like that orange that she's wearing, I like that. But black is always very sleek, you know? Very athletic.
So they got all the varsity players up near the three-point arc, and they are just about ready for this home opener. And again, this broadcast is powered by People's National Bank. If you're looking for a bank that truly cares and a bank that offers exceptional customer service and innovative solutions, discover more at peoplesnationalbank.com. And let's see, we got officials for today's game as well. We have Lane Michael, he is from Centralia, and we got Trevor Mann from Carbondale. And it is Trevor with a B, not a V.
Trevor.
Yep. I had to double check with him. He's right in front of the scores tables, checking the lineups and everything. And we have Mr. Michael over there right near the net in position number 1.
He's been doing this for a minute. He's been doing this since I was in school.
And fun fact, he's a Nashville high school graduate.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yes, a year younger than Nashville head coach Josh Conkle, who just recently got his 500th victory this last Saturday.
Wow, good for him. Good for him.
So it looks like Mount Vernon is going to be the team that's going to start off with the serve, which, again, the opening serve is brought to you by Walgreens Distribution Center. So with the ball for the Lady Rams, that's the senior center, Savannah Marlowe. We are underway. Here's West Frankfort on the return from the right side. That's going to be bumped up by Marlowe, and she's going to get the return. Goes for the middle right, and West Frankfort gets it back in 2. Here's the set, goes to the middle. Here's an attack that is by Benson. Big hits. West Frankfort keeps it alive. Jump ball near the net. Great job there. Once again, Marlowe, the defensive specialist. There's an underhand hit by Sanford. So we got a 0-0 game. There's an attack. Catches the backside. That's number 5, Michaela Joyner. Joyner's going to get the attack and kill for the Lady Redbirds. And that's how we're going to get this one started. 1-0 in favor of West Frankfort. So there's the serve for the Lady Redbirds. That's number 32, Ridgway. Ridgway goes to the back right corner. Dug up by McMillan. Diving play. That was number 13, Deason. And here are the Lady Rams back in return. Moving from left to right. Here's an attack from the left front. So that's Mast. Hit the top of the tape. Lands on the other side. And that's going to be a kill for Mount Vernon's Mast. So I'll tie this game up 1-1. And possession back to the Lady Rams. And serving it up is there's senior libero Powers. Powers, flat footer from the middle, dug up by libero Melvin. Here's an attack from the far left side. Ball's directly into the nets. That was number 1, Rala, as the Lady Rams take that point and their first lead. It is 1-1. Got our first service point as well.
Mm-hmm. They ain't starting off slow, I'll tell you that much. Powerhouses.
And you can hear the JV team for the Lady Rams sitting just in the front left of us. Here's West Frankfort trying to get the return, and that's going to be a 4-hit. Mount Vernon gets back-to-back points and makes the score now 3-1. Scoreboard update brought to you by Tony Wilt State Farm. Check them out at TonyWilt.com to contact your good neighbor State Farm agent, Tony Wilt, in Mount Vernon. So here comes the next serve from the Lady Rams. Attack from the far right side. Partially blocked, stays on the Lady Rams side. There's a back row underhander. Last hit by McMillan. Here is West Frankfort on the return. There's a jump attack left front. That was Rala of Mount Vernon with the save. Middle front attack, and that'll be dug up in the back right corner. Ball near the net. Tried the underhander. That was Rala. Ball in the net. 3 straight point for the Lady Rams. 3-0 score.
That was good, how they dug that out of the net like that. That was impressive.
You always got to watch those setters in case they cross the line.
Yeah. Yep, there's another rule.
There's the serve from left to right. West Frankfort on the return. 4-1 is your score. That's going to be a kill from the right front, number 13, Jenna Deason. So Deason gets the kill, and that's going to end the Mount Vernon rally, who is up by 2. And West Frankfort going to make a sub. So they got one of their players up there. That's number 13, I believe.
Ooh,
Decent, maybe.
yeah.
She's going to go up there and gets the block immediately. Check it, 22. That was Lemon who came in.
She was ready for that.
Well, she was one of their top players from a year ago, and that'll be a service point for, let's see, is that number 5? That is number 5, Joyner. So here's the serve, and that's going to end up being an ace. Ace on the Mount Vernon side as number 5, Joyner, will take the ace for West Frankfort to tie this ball game up 4-4. So it was 4 straight for the Lady Rams, and now 3 straight for West Frankfort. All tied up at 4. There's a lob serve towards the middle, dug up by McMillan, gets it in a 2-hit. One popper, couple players on the ground. And West Frankfort, here they go back on the set. That'll be dug up there by Marlowe to the libero Powers. There's a underhander from Stanford that'll go into the net. And West Frankfort takes the points, and now they've got 3 straight service points and retake the lead. So we've already had 3 lead changes and a couple of ties. 5-4 Lady Redbirds. There's the serve into the back right corner. And the set staying on the right side off the dig from Mast. She's going to get the kill. So Mast already with a couple of kills today, and that's going to tie the game all up 5-all.
She's got a really aggressive swing, too. Very aggressive swing.
Pretty good vertical as well.
Oh, yeah.
So from the middle jump serve, that is Mast, who just got that last kill. West Frankfort on the attack right side. That was 13, Deason. Here's Mount Vernon on the ensuing possession. McMillan on the far left side. That's going to hit the top of the ceiling after the initial dig from West Frankfort's Joyner, and that's going to be a kill.
Those are so unfortunate. Even like when you can have some crazy dig.
Oh, gosh.
And you see, it's just so, it's like, well, okay.
So that'll be a service point by Mast. She's a sophomore, the only underclassman, and that's going to be a dig towards the net, and that is going to land on the West Frankfort side, so another service point for the Lady Rams, who are back up by 2. 7-5 score, set number 1 here from Mount Vernon High School. Jump serve, that is Mast. Lady Rams in 3A, West Frankfort 2A. An attack from the right side, bumped up there from Powers, and they are going to say a 2-hit off of the attack, and that is one of the changes. The 2-hit is still in effect on an attack. It's just on a set.
Oh, okay, that they won't call it?
Yes.
I feel like it
So West Frankfort will retake possession. 7-6 your score. There's an attack from the middle. That was last hit by Newell. Here's West Frankfort on the ensuing hits, and this will be number 3 hit by McMillan. Gets it towards the middle, and that looked like a set serve on that, or set attack. That'll get her a kill, and Mount Vernon back with possession. 8-6 your score. As Mount Vernon makes a sub into the game. That is Brenna Timmons. First time we've seen her. And ready on the serve is going to be number 6. Also into the game, their center. Number 6, Lauren Matt-Miller. So Matt-Miller on the jump serve goes to the back right corner. Here's West Frankfort on the return. Underhander from the junior Rala. Here are the Lady Rams from left to right. Here's McMillan once again. And that's dug up. That's going near the scores table. And unable to get it over was James, their center. And the Lady Rams will take the points. Service points by number 6, Matt Miller. Once again on the jump serve, and well, maybe he lost a little something on that swing. That one ends up going under the net. That'll be a service error, the first one we've had today. And the score is 9-7. So it looks like West Frankfort brings back into the game Ridgeway up front and taking out their libero Melvin. That was a heck of a serve. And Mount Vernon gets it off in 3. Here's West Frankfort on the return, gets it in 3. Here are the Lady Rams. Little miscommunication, but Powers with the underhander. Here is West Frankfort again from the middle front. Dug up by Powers. Here's the return, far right side. That's 29 Timmons on the swing. Good jump dig from Joyner. And last hit there was 32 Ridgeway. Here's Mount Vernon. They got the black and orange attack from the left front, so that's going to be too strong and out of bounds. Attempted by McMillan. And the Lady Redbirds, they will maintain possession here, or they're going to get it back. There's the flat foot serve from Rala, and Rala's going to drop that down the center and gets an ace. It's already the second ace from the Lady Redbirds, and that's going to tie this game up 9-9. And already our 4th tie, so we're going to have our 5th lead change. So she's going to serve that one into the middle back. This will be a 2-hand pop from Newell, and a 1-popper back to the Mount Vernon side. Here they go, setting up McMillan, the junior outside hitter, and dug up there by 14, James. Here are the Lady Rams moving from left to right. They'll go middle front on the swing, and that'll be Newell. Finds her way over the top and gets a kill. So that, according to my count, I got 5 kills already for Mount Vernon as they retake the lead. And we got ourselves that'll be a 10-9 game. So we got a flat foot pop over there from the right block. That was swung away by number 10, Newell. Here's Mount Vernon on the return. They're going to go left side. Here's McMillan. They get the bump up. That's going to stay in the back row. Overhand attack. That's going to be a kill by Rala.
That was crazy. That was crazy right there.
You really don't see back row attacks where it's flat-footed. Most of the time you jump in the air to get a little extra angle on it.
Right.
And West Frankfort will tie this game
so
up.
You said that was Rala?
That was number 1, Rala.
She's pretty small back there, too, so flat-footed is even more crazy. I guess it's kind of like serving.
Well, the junior, she's 4th on the team in kills with 12. Leader is Joyner with 16. So there's the serve by the Lady Redbirds. It's a 10-10 game. Attack from the right side. 2-hand pop by Timmons. Here's West Frankfort. They'll go middle front on the swing. Bumped up there from Powers. There's the set from Matt Miller. And that's going to be an attack and kill, Lady Rams.
That was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Is that McMillan again?
Yeah. Is she in the front now?
Back now.
Oh, then no, that was Mast. I'm pretty sure.
I'll call that
it was
nasty.
Back row, yeah.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Play with the words.
Here is McMillan, comes from the front to the back. That's going to be a serve, just a bit too strong, and a service error, the second one the Lady Rams have had today. And we are going to have our 6th tie of the game.
11-11, make a wish.
Well, there's one set, 1 minute.
Wow, you're right.
If only there was one timeout each. So here are the Lady Redbirds on the serve, 11-11 tie. That's going to be a nice swing from the right front off of a West Frankfort defender. And that'll be an attack and kill by 29 Timmons. So Timmons gets the kill for the Lady Rams as they retake the lead for now a 5th time.
Yeah, it's a pretty good matchup right now.
Well, I guess maybe they said it went out of bounds.
I thought they...
Well, they're changing the scoreboard because we weren't the only ones confused. So now it's West Frankfort up by 1. And that's going to be an attack from the left front. Nice swing there by Mast. And that'll be a two-hand pop by Rala. And Rala, once again, is going to find them out of position and gets the point for the West Frankfort Lady Redbirds. And that'll be a service point. And they're up by 2. Largest lead for them on the game.
Oh, yeah. When you're doing those pushes like that, you definitely just got to find a good spot. That's all it's about.
13-11. There's the serve. Dug up by Libero Powers. An attack right side. That hits the top of the tape. Lands on the West Frankfort side. And a kill by Timmons. Those always scare me a little bit when it hits the white part, the top of the netting. Because it's always a 50-50 ball.
You never know where it's going to go either.
No, you don't.
You might send it out. You just got to run. You got to run and hope you touch it.
So a few substitutions in for the Lady Rams. Moving from or entering the game is the senior center, Savannah Marlowe. I'll see what Marlowe can do on the service side. So Marlowe's going to have a slightly jump serve. That'll go middle left. They're going to set up in a middle attack. That's going to be a bit too strong by number 5, Joyner. And Mount Vernon will tie this game back up 13-13. Service point by number 38, Marlowe. Well, Marlowe underneath the net goes for the jump serve, and that'll be dug up in the back left corner. Here's the return. Underhander from West Frankfort. Mount Vernon, good opportunity. An attack from the left side. That's Mast. Nice. Diving play off the hands of Rala, and Mast with another kill. And the Lady Rams now take the lead for a 5th time, 14-13. Still haven't had that all-important ace so far. Here's West Frankfort on the return. That'll be from the middle. That's going to be a nice swing. Saved up there by Powers. It goes to the left front. That's another kill by Mast.
That's crazy. She got up there. I think she was going to come down on the net a little bit, but she did really good.
That's a sophomore.
That's a sophomore?
That's a sophomore.
What in the? She's going to be. She already is a baller. She's going to be amazing by her.
Going to be a problem.
Oh yeah, she is going to be a problem. You're right.
There's the return from West Frankfort. Once again goes to Libero Powers. Diving play goes underneath the net from the center Marlowe. So West Frankfort's going to end that rally. That was 3 straight service points for Mount Vernon. He finds himself with a 15-14 lead. So from front to back, number 32, that is Ridgway. Ridgway on the serve, dug up by McMillan. And the attack from the middle, and that's going to be a nice swing by Benson. Plays mostly front, and that'll be dug up, hit the ceiling, and that almost got over. Trying to get that save was Mast. And West Frankfort is going to take that point and tie this ball game up 15-15. 8th tie already.
Got a lot of quick reflexes going on right now.
It's hard for us to keep track.
No, really?
So here's Mount Vernon on the return, and there's going to be a kickball that just goes a little too far to the right. That was an attempt there from the outside hitter, Mast. I've only seen that once in my life where it was a kick kill.
Yeah. Well, and I know there was a rule. All these rules, sometimes it used to be where your foot had to be on the ground, like placed on the ground. You couldn't lift it. So I don't know what that is anymore.
Well, that's going to be a nice swing from the left side. Once again, same old, Mast with another kill. But no, you can have your foot up in the air, and it's still considered playable.
That's crazy. I mean,
I couldn't tell you when that would have changed.
Right.
Got a 16-16 game, 9th time. We're going to have our 10th lead change. An attack from the right front. That's going to be a kill, number 10. Or is that 14? That's 14, James. James, normally the center, going up there and gets the kill for West Frankfort, and they're going to retake the lead once again. So we now have had 10 lead changes. Here's the serve from Joyner. Joyner is going to be a bit too strong, and
that's in.
That's in. Oh, geez.
Yeah, she hit it right on the corner. That was a beautiful spot. Beautiful
Well, that's already going to be the third ace by West Frankfort, second one by number 5, Joyner. And here is Joyner on the next serve, going into that back row, dug up by Powers. Here's an attack left side. That is Newell. Newell blocked, stays on the Mount Vernon side. Here is Newell once again on the swing. There's the bump by Melvin. Here's the set to the front left. That's two-popper by, that is Rala. There's a middle front attack. That is Newell. Newell's shot goes right into the net. So West Frankfort now with their largest lead in this set. And it is 19-16. Another service point. Now 5 of them is Joyner. Here comes the Lady Rams on the attack. That'll be a two-hand pop towards the corner. That's going to be in fair play. That is Stanford on the hit.
That would be a good spot.
Give herself a kill on that. So we got a 19-17 game. Possession back to the Lady Rams. From front to back is going to be the sophomore Kendall Mast. And Mast ready on the serve. That one will go up, and that's going to be an ace. So that ace is brought to you by Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, located at 513 South 10th Street in Mount Vernon. Call 244-1500. There's our first ace of the game for the Lady Rams, courtesy of Kendall Mast. So here's Mast once again on the serve. That one will be bumped in the air near the West Frankfort bench. An attack from the left front. Rala almost got the kill, but saved. McMillan from the left front. Diving play by the libero, Melvin. Here's once again an attack by the junior Rala. Rala's shot goes into the net. Mount Vernon's going to score again. And guess what? We're tied again. It's now back-to-back service points for the Lady Rams Mast. And she's got the team leading 4 service points on the game.
Good serve.
There's the serve, a one-popper back to the Mount Vernon side. Here they go on the return. That'll be right front. Stanford on the two-hand pop. Goes middle left. Here's an attack from the middle. That's going to be blocked. Not on the net block, so rally continues. And they'll just hit it up. Here goes on the set. The bump. Back row attack. That is Mast. Big-time hit. That's a back row kill.
She's a beast.
So that is going to give Mount Vernon the lead. Now 3 straight service points by Mast. And we are going to have a timeout from West Frankfort head coach Nick Ramsey. Got ourselves a 20-19 game. And this timeout is brought to you by SSM Health. With over 100 local providers, SSM Health is the leading way in advanced health care. And also, this broadcast is brought to you by Casa Raya. And over at Casa Raya, you can join them before or after the game for great food, great atmosphere, great drinks, and exceptional service. 3106 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Well, I'd say this has very much been back and forth. We've already had, let's see, I got down 10 ties and 11 lead changes. Mount Vernon has had the lead. That would be 7 times and 4 times for the Lady Redbirds. Largest lead's been just 3.
That's crazy, and it was right off the bat too. That was whenever Mount Vernon was up by 3, and it hasn't been that close since. Right at the start of the game.
Well, Lady Redbirds did have a nice little lead until we had this current rally with Mast, which started off with an ace.
The beast is awoke.
Here is Mast on the serve. That goes middle right, dug up there by Joyner. There's an attack from the front. And Mount Vernon on the return. That'll be an attempt over the nets, but that is either going to be blocked by the nets or the pressure from Evan Lemon, the senior. And that is going to tie this ball game up. It is 20-20. Ready on the serve for the Lady Redbirds. That is number 13, Deason. Hit the top of the tape. Mount Vernon able to adjust. Back row hit. And nice dig from the Lady Redbirds. Here's an underhander from the left front. Ball straight into the net. As the net is still shaken away from the hit by Rala. And the Lady Rams take over the lead and over possession.
I feel like it's going to be pretty stressful once we get closer to 25. If it stays like this.
That's how it always goes.
Be on the edge of my seat.
If you can get it to about 23, you'll feel comfortable.
Yeah, okay. 25, I'll be comfortable.
There's Matt Miller with a great serve. Ball still in the back row, and that'll be an underhander. Last hit by James. Here are the Lady Rams on the attack. Far left side, that's McMillan on the attack. That's going to be blocked. Ball goes out of bounds, and that is going to go off in the initial block by Lemon. Then went off a Lady Rams player and over into the West Frankfort bench. And lo and behold, tied up 21-21. There's the serve by the Lady Redbirds, Rala. Here's an attack from the left side, and a little late on the reaction from Timmons on the sets. Maybe a little too far in front of her. So West Frankfort is going to take their 5th lead of the game, and a service point by the junior Rala. Here's Rala on the serve. That's going to go to Timmons, and that's going to go off of Timmons' arms and over the net, too far left near West Frankfort in their bench. So that will be another ace for the Lady Redbirds. They have 4 of them in this first set. They're currently up by 2, and the Lady Rams are going to use their first timeout. So Madison Cruz is going to go talk to her troops. It's 23-21 in favor of West Frankfort. Timeout brought to you by SSM Health. And for routine care to the most advanced, get the care you need at SSM Health. And also, this broadcast is powered by People's National Bank. And if you're looking for a bank that truly cares, People's National Bank offers exceptional customer service and innovative solutions. Discover more at peoplesnationalbank.com. So possession in West Frankfort's favor. They got one of their better servers in Ashley Rala serving. And Rala, she's second on the team in service points and also tied for the team lead with aces with 6. So very aggressive serving.
Very much. She has a good float serve. And I've actually noticed that with a few of the girls on both sides. They got the float serve is what you want to get down. I mean, a topspin can be pretty mean, but that float, it messes with you on your defense, especially when it's close like this.
I've seen some of them that would have a lot more curve, like went hard left or hard right.
Yeah.
There's the serve by Rala. Mount Vernon on the return. Here's West Frankfort from right to left. That's going to be a whack from the middle, a bit too strong by Lemon. Ball goes out of bounds. Mount Vernon's timeout successful, and they take over possession. You always see those timeouts just to be a rally killer.
It's exactly what you want. It worked both times, both coaches.
So we got Newell on the serve, and that'll hit the top of the net and lands on the West Frankfort side. Tried to block it, moved out of the way, went off her hands, and that's going to be an ace for the Lady Rams to tie this game up 23-23. And that ace is from number 10, Jerica Newell, which is brought to you by Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, 244-1500.
Hey.
That's going to be a nice block from the left front. Number 2, McMillan. And just like that, Lady Rams, we got a game point right now.
That was good. That was very good. She's good placement. It's when you want to, like, follow the ball. It's a good place for a block.
And it looks like West Frankfort coach Nick Ramsey is going to use a timeout. It is a 1-point game, and you always want to take that first one, especially when you've had 13 ties. Timeout brought to you by SSM Health. And for high-quality, national accredited cancer care treatment close to home, choose SSM Health.
See if we'll go 3 for 3 for timeouts. See, both of them have taken one, and they've each gotten their point back the next time. So let's see if he can get it on the game point.
I mean, I don't want to put a percentage on it, but I've seen that work probably 3 out of 4 times. At least a 75% success rate, depending on who you have on your team.
Right. Well, it's kind of just cutting the momentum a little bit because once, especially with it being close like this, and the girls they're already pumped that they just came back. I mean, what, 3 or 4 points?
They were down. What was that? 23-21.
Yeah.
So they've scored 3 straight here after ending West Frankfort, who had possession.
Right. So they got a little bit of momentum going. You only need it for 1 more point, though. I mean, a couple if you don't get it this time.
So they got 3 players awaiting back, 2 up front near the nets. Here's the serve by Newell. Game point, 24-23. Here's West Frankfort on the return from the middle. This goes into the back. Here's the set. Attack from McMillan. Left front diving play kept it alive. There's a nice right-hand claw there from Lemon to keep it alive. There's an attack from the middle. That's Benson. On hit number 3, West Frankfort miscommunication, and that is how we are going to end this first set. 25-23, Mount Vernon takes it, and that is going to give the Lady Rams an early 1-0 lead. We'll go ahead and send it back to our studios in Mount Vernon. You're listening to Lady Rams Volleyball, powered by People's National Bank, as they win that one 25-23. And this is also on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
Insurance has been a hot topic lately for most people. Car insurance, home insurance. It just seems to get more expensive every year. And it's something we can't go without. It's your local State Farm agent and Jeep guy, Tony Will, reminding you this without it. You know, like understanding what happens when you have a car accident without collision coverage. or have a basement and don't have the proper coverage when water comes in. So before this happens to you, reach out and let's visit about it. Talking to us is free. Give us a call or find me online at newell.com. Hey everyone, it's Marty with Huey Newell Funeral Home. Life is deceptive in the course of living it. We get so wrapped up in our daily activities that we lose sight of what we're actually here for. A life well lived is one that doesn't rely on accomplishments or acquiring stuff, but instead focuses on relationships. Practicing kindness, empathy, and compassion are the things that last and will impact other people's lives for generations to come. We are Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, serving our community with the greatest of care now and many years to come.
Hi, this is Presley Marlowe at Munkin Toyota of Mount Vernon. We've got 6 Toyota Gold certified pre-owned vehicles ready to roll, all backed with serious peace of mind. Enjoy a 12-month, 12,000-mile limited comprehensive warranty, 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, 24-hour roadside assistance, and 0 deductible on covered repairs. Munkin Toyota of Mount Vernon, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty, or visit us online at munkintoyotamountvernon.com.
If you are looking for a new career, Walgreens Distribution Center in Mount Vernon is hiring. Walgreens offers an excellent benefits package, competitive pay, on-site health clinic, 401k, performance bonuses, shift differentials, full-time employment, and maintenance technician openings. Plus, they have walk-in Wednesdays every Wednesday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. No appointment necessary. Walgreens is an equal opportunity employer and welcomes individuals with diverse talents and backgrounds. Walgreens promotes and supports a drug-free workplace.
Back to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams volleyball on WMIX.
Welcome back here to Mount Vernon High School as the Lady Rams take that first set by a 25-23 margin. And we'll look at a few of those stats. A reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by Huey Funeral Home in Mount Vernon. They offer a full selection of cemetery markers, full-size monuments, and also mausoleums at a reasonable price. HueyFH.com. Well, Tatum, we had 13 different ties, 14 lead changes, and what do you got on some of the numbers from that first set?
So let's see. Definitely Mass is leading on Mount Vernon we got about 7 kills. I like I said earlier, I don't think I have the exact right amount, but she is definitely the leader. Timmons coming in second with 2 to 3 kills. And then for West Frankfort, they're all pretty equaled out with about 2-3 kills between, let's see, Joyner, between Deason, and Lemons. Lemons is probably leading them, honestly. She's been swinging. They've all been very aggressive at the net. I love to see it.
Well, looking at the service side, leading the way for the Lady Rams, that is Kendall Mast. And Mast also picked up the only ace for the Lady Rams in that first set. West Frankfort, they ended up with 4 aces, 2 each, from Ashley Rala and also Michaela Joyner, as the Lady Rams took that first set by a final of 25-23. And that scoreboard update is brought to you by, that would be, I got it here somewhere. There it is, Tony Wilt State Farm. We thank Tony Wilt State Farm for having a local agent that matters for your insurance, and his State Farm team is ready to help. In fact, I actually got a water bottle that has his name on it. Got $1 over the concession stand. It's got a little QR code and everything on it.
Those things are snazzy. I actually saw this thing where if you have a business, hopefully your business, the QR code never changes, but I saw somebody that got their QR code tattooed on their arm. So you don't even got to carry around business cards, bro. It's literally on you.
Well, I've seen that guy at a grocery store had that when it was for buying like a rotisserie chicken or something.
Really?
I saw a video of that.
I love that.
It was just like, you don't need to scan it. Just on my shirt or on my skin. But
got you.
Let the Lady Rams take that first set 25-23 as they are trying to win their first game of the season, 0-4 on the year. And some of those losses have included Fairfield, Sisney, a 3-set loss over at Fairfield against Woodlawn, and a 3-set loss against Carbondale. So we'll see what the Lady Redbirds of West Frankfort are going to do in this second set because, again, that just went back and forth, and it's pretty devastating for an opposing team on the road. Had to go through all that traffic on I-57 to get over here.
Right. That is awful. I don't even remember the last time I took the interstate. I don't even know the last time I went that direction, but I try to avoid that at all costs. I'm a back road girly.
Well, I always take highways over from Nashville to Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
Like, I avoid that 64 as much as I can.
Was it like last year, 2 years ago? It was the worst interstate to be on. Like, it's
just as far as accidents are concerned.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the construction has a little bit to do with it, but at the same time, even when it wasn't as taken over by construction, it just wasn't ever a smart place to be driving.
And this
honestly.
Broadcast is inside the Ortho Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth, and they offer Ortho Express urgent care services Monday through Friday. It is going to be West Frankfort ball on the court for the Lady Rams. Looks like up front we have Timmons. We got number 10, that's Newell. Right behind her, that's number 6, the setter, Matt Miller. Also out back is McMillan, the libero Powers. And number 12, that is Mast. They're going to set that one up immediately to Mast. That's going to go off the blocker, Joyner, and Mast with another kill. Lady Rams will start this one off 1-0. And that first score is brought to you by Walgreens Distribution Center. And they got you can build your own schedule, and it's great for anyone that would like to come out for retirement looking to supplement their income. Also great for moms with busy schedules. That's Walgreens Distribution Center, who is an equal opportunity employer. So we had West Frankfort on an attack there, and they're going to end up getting the point, which is going to tie this second set by a 1-1 margin as Lady Rams make a few changes with Newell heading out. And back into the game, number 7, Benson. Benson, definitely the tallest player on the court for either team. That's going to be a set shot there from number 6, Matt Miller. West Frankfort not fooled a bit, and that one is going to head back to the Mount Vernon side. Underhander from Timmons, 1-1 score set number 2 after Mount Vernon won 25-23. That's going to be a nice swing from the middle front by Joyner, and Joyner is going to get the attacking kill as the Lady Redbirds will go ahead and get our first service points in the second set. 2-1 Lady Redbirds. Ready to serve is Ridgway. Ridgway goes middle back. That is McMillan on the dig. Here's an attack from Benson in the middle, and jumping over the middle line from the swing by Benson. And that is going to be a point for West Frankfort, who's going to jump out to a 3-1 lead. Get a bit excited sometimes on some of them shots, and you just got to watch your feet.
Yes, yep. I think she kind of swung at the net, too.
Well, here's Mount Vernon on the return. That's a jump hit from Mast over in the front left. That's a two-hand pop. Good bump there from Mast. They're going to send it back to Mast in the left front. That's going to go off the libero and out of play. Another kill by Mast. And Mount Vernon back with possession.
That's the one you're going to want to shut down. You want to shut her down if you want to get anywhere, if you want to get some points. If she's coming at you, I mean, I don't think I've seen a single one of their defensive players be able to pass one of her balls.
Yeah, every single time. If you're getting it in the air, it's staying in the back of the rack. So ready to serve is the setter, Marlowe. Marlowe on the serve, and that's dug up in the middle back by Ridgway, and that's going to be blocked by Benson, and West Frankfort unable to get the return. Last hit from James on that pressure. That was the tall junior, Benson. So we got a 3-3 game, got a service point. That is Marlowe. Marlowe, she's got 4 service points for the team, all tied up 3-3. And that's going to be another one that's going to be blocked up front by Mast. And Mount Vernon takes their second lead in this second set, 4-3 score. And now 5 service points by Marlowe. There's Marlowe on the serve. That's going to go off the hands of Rala in the middle left. And that's going to be an ace. You know what that means. That ace brought to you by Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply. They're at 513 South 10th Street in Mount Vernon. That ace courtesy of Marlowe. 5-3 is your score. Mount Vernon is up. Here's the return off the hit from the Lady Redbirds. Jump hit there from the right side. That's Sanford. And here is West Frankfort. Two-hand pop by Rala. Here's the return from the Lady Rams. They got the black and orange. And once again, left front by Mast. Did I say 3? That's now 4 straight service points for the Lady Rams. 7 of them from their setter, Marlowe. They got West Frankfort doubled up at the moment. Mount Vernon's largest lead the entire match has been 3, so they've, dare I say, matched it.
There we go.
Now it's 4. There's going to be another ace, and that ace is brought to you by Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, 244-1500. And we'll see if West Frankfort, normally I would say they don't want to use a timeout this early. They're going to get that return. 7-3, Lady Rams up. Here's Mass from the left front. Another attacking kill.
I bet he's going to want to take one soon. Yep, there it is.
I'm telling you, he was an old Nashville assistant coach.
Yeah.
I could read that like a book right there.
I was going to say, once you've had, I mean, she's gotten 4 kills on them in the last, about 10 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, you need to shut it down at some point. The momentum is going to get too heavy. Your girls are going to get discouraged. Like, that's when you just take a second, like, breathe. Let's figure out what we're doing, because especially high school girls.
And then you only have 7 players that you really play in the rotation.
Yes,
so.
I didn't even think about that. But you want to get their heads back in the game, you know what I mean? They get kind of flustered after you get pummeled for a second.
Well, this timeout is brought to you by SSO. The stream tonight, which we do have the live video stream, is brought to you by Paul Shields Allstate Insurance. And if you haven't stopped by or shopped for insurance for a while, give Paul a call. While everyone else is raising their rates, Allstate is lowering theirs. Call Paul today at 618-241-0551. Well, if we're looking at the scores from earlier, freshmen won in straight sets, JV won in straight sets, and varsity up right now by 5, 8-3. And we've had a couple of aces in the 5 straight points, and that one up in the middle front by Joyner is going to go out of bounds. And another point for the Lady Rams. I got 10 now from the setter Marlowe. Lady Rams, they've had 2 service errors. West Frankfort hasn't had any. Those were in the first set. There's an attack from the left front. That's going to tip off of one of the defenders. That was number 13, Deason, for the Lady Redbirds. And that ends that rally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's always nice to be able to count. So they need to change that scoreboard up. I should say 8-4, I think. Maybe it is 9. Well, there's an attack over there from Mount Vernon. A little bit too strong on it, as that one's going to find its way out of bounds. So that'll be a service point for the Lady Redbirds. This has been their best server, Joyner. Joyner, a couple of aces and 6 service points to lead the team.
Ooh.
There's an attack from the left side. That's going to go just off of one of the blockers. Nice job there by Stanford. And that's going to end the West Frankfort rally.
She had a different tempo on her swing, too. Whenever we had one girl in high school that we put her on the right side because of that. Kind of throws them off balance a little bit.
Jump serve. That's number 12, Mass. Goes from front to back. And they get that one over in 2. They're going to go back row attack by her. There's the bump. There's the sets. Goes to the left side. 2-hand pop from Rala. And Lady Rams, they're going to go that time by Benson. And Benson is going to get the nice swing. They were a little bit discombobulated in the back row, as the Lady Rams, they will get a service point from Mast. And Mass, she has one of their 3 aces, the only one in the first set. 11-5 score, another nice serve. And this one's going to be in the middle. 2-hand pop, just barely over the net. Diving play. That was by the setter, Marlowe. Rally continues. Here's West Frankfort on the serve. There's the bump by Powers. They're going to set up. That's McMillan on the swing. Good job by libero Melvin. And this will be another 2-hand pop from Rala. Ball into the net. And that'll be Lady Rams point. They're up by 7.
That was a gorgeous dig by Frankfort's libero, because it was that's McMillan. That was a hard swing.
Well, those liberos, they take a beating.
They do. You got to be able to read, too.
Well, just like that,
soon.
that is Mast with the swing, and that's going to go off the hands of Melvin. And Mast, good for her second ace of the game. And that ace brought to you by Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply. Call 244-1500. Largest lead in the match. We are sitting at an 8-point lead, 13-5. And this match, we're sitting right at around an hour of gameplay. Here's the jump serve. That's from Mast. Here's West Frankfort still in the back row. There's a flat-footed attack from Rala. Ball too far to the left and out of bounds. And Mount Vernon. This has just been all Mount Vernon in this second set. 13-5, or check that, 14-5. They've had 4 straight points. And looks like head coach Nick Ramsey is going to use his second and final timeout, with the Lady Redbirds finding themselves in a 9-point hole. And this timeout brought to you by SSM Health. If you're looking for a new doctor, go to ssmhealth.com/doctors. SSM Health, the healing power of presence.
Cute. The healing power of presence. I love that.
We also got the Ram of the Week, which is sponsored by Country Financial, Josh Finley. And get started planning your future with Country Financial agent Josh Finley. Call 618-242-4024 or find Josh Finley at countryfinancial.com. I mean, it was a back-and-forth first set. We had 13 ties, 14 lead changes.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3-3 game at one point. And then Mount Vernon, they had a run of, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then they gave up possession. Now they're on a
right back.
They're currently on a 4-point rally at the moment.
They're like, nope, I'll take that, thanks.
And that's 9 service points at the moment for the sophomore Kendall Mast.
I'm excited to see how this team grows throughout the season. Already, I'm very impressed. I mean, I didn't think I wasn't going to be, but I know that they lost some what did I say? You have
some
big
seniors
shoes to fill or something
Yeah.
like that. That's what I said earlier. I definitely thought it was going to take them a second to kind of put all the puzzle pieces together, but they seem very well meshed.
I'd say you better keep in mind for who the Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game's going to be. We got a few options. That's going to be a nice swing up front. That was Benson. Here is West Frankfort on the return. That's going to go straight into the net. And it looks like Ashley Ralla is going to head out after a few swings into the net. New player coming in is a middle hitter, outside hitter, Abby Castile. That's Cast, C-A-S-T, and Eel, E-E-L. So we got a 15 to 15 game. Mount Vernon, they're up by 10. And here are the Lady Rams on their next offensive possession. That's going to go a little too far right. That was an attempt there from Stanford. And finally, West Frankfort able to stop a rally. That was at 5 points after giving up 7 straight in the previous set. So we got a 15-6 game. There's the serve, dug up by Powers. Now go right side to Stanford. Underhander, that was McMillan. And McMillan just a little too far left. Attempted for the back left corner, out of bounds. And West Frankfort will take that point. Let's see, that's number 13. That's Jenna Deason. Those Lady Redbird jerseys are kind of tough to read.
They are. It's a very shady gray. I have my glasses on inside. I still got to squint. Like,
Yeah,
you got your glasses on too.
Yeah, they got the red jerseys with the gray lettering. And
very light gray.
that was a nice-looking serve there by 13 Deason, and Deason's going to end up getting the ace. That's the 5th one for the Lady Redbirds as they're getting back into their positions. We got our down official, that is Trevor Mann, who's making sure everyone's in the right spots. Because you really don't want to get a legal rotation.
You don't want to get caught in it. It's better to ask first. If you have any type of, that's what we would always get in so much trouble. Because, it's not hard to, but at the same time, once you get so many points and you get that momentum going, you ain't going to pay attention very well.
See, the setup's the hard part. It's whenever it's the gameplay, that's the easier part. Oh, that's going to be Evan Lemon, the senior, that's going to get the big block, and they finally found maybe something to go against Kendall Mast, who's had some pretty good shots from the back row. So now West Frankfort is in the driver's seat. They've had 3 straight. And here they go on the return, down by 6. There's the hit there by number 19, Stanford. Make it 4 straight for West Frankfort. And, again, they do not have any more timeouts. Mount Vernon, they still have 2 of theirs. And it's 15-10. They were down by 10. There's the serve, hits the top of the tape, dug up there, blocked up front by Lemon. And another point for the Lady Redbirds. And let's see, there are a few fans that ventured the trip over from Franklin County. 15-11 the score.
I know. Whenever I pulled up, I saw all of the cars outside. I'm like, oh, my goodness, why is the entire town of West Frankfort and Mount Vernon here? But they had other games going on.
Yeah, there's a soccer. It was Mount Vernon Robinson, I believe.
I was like, whoa.
Well, an aggressive serve there by Deason. Deason's going to hit that one out of bounds, and that'll be a service error. The first one by West Frankfort, and it is a 16-11 game. Ready to serve now for the Lady Rams, junior center Lauren Mettmiller. They got all 3 players up in the front row, lined up.
So you have to watch that, too. Like, there was very, very particular about, because you have to
to
wait until the ball gets to the net.
Which
crosses it before you move.
The official's going to look at that as well.
Yeah. Some be really nitpicky with it, but at the same time, I think you need to be, because once you start slacking a little bit, I think that's just part of the game is you need to work with those rules,
Which I would imagine that maybe someone either on the West Frankfort side might be saying, hey, you may want to check to make sure they're doing the rotation
Especially
right.
with a game like this,
And
they're going to want to make sure. Yeah. You're going to want to make sure everything is going as it should be.
And it does look like that, standing there near the head coach is Madison Cruz along with Ariana Benson. And Benson's going to head out, and into the game is Newell.
So he's waiting on something.
Okay, made sure that they were good to go. So maybe I don't see any points going up there, so it wouldn't have been an illegal rotation.
I think they said something first, yeah. I think they made sure they were in the right placement.
So that's going to be the serve by Libero Powers. 16-11, Lady Rams up. Here's a two-hander from the left front. Diving play, kept that one alive. That is Marlowe, and that's another good job there by Melvin, the Libero. Back row attack for the Lady Redbirds. Now it's Joyner on the swing. That's going to be a set shot up and good by Mast.
That was dirty. That was so good.
Gnarly.
That was so good.
And see, Mast, she's normally an outside hitter and also plays a little defensive specialist, but showed off the setting skills there. So that'll be good for a kill for her, and it is 17-11. Here's West Frankfort on the return. That's a nice one-arm swing there from Lemon. Goes over the two blockers. That's going to be a point. And West Frankfort back with possession, 17-12, and they'll make a few substitutions. And reminder that this broadcast is inside the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth, and they offer a full spectrum of physical therapy to both non-surgical and post-operative patients at Mount Vernon and Centralia locations. We got Lemon once again using that big body. That'll be a service point by the new player that came into the game, number 4, Castile. She replaced Rala. So 3 players awaiting on the serve from the junior Castile. And jump ball near the net, and winning that one is Ridgeway. So West Frankfort, now they find that their team on the momentum side.
That's when you want to shut it down, because then it's going to just kind of teeter. Now Mount Vernon's probably going to lose it a little bit until they get something back.
Well, considering they have rallies of 7 and 5, West Frankfort, they had a 5, and now they're sitting at 2 in a row. Make it 3 in a row. That shot from Newell goes directly into the net. And West Frankfort, they need to get this to a third set if they want this to continue. Mount Vernon trying to win this in straight sets. And a reminder that this broadcast is brought to you brought to you by WMIX and the Section 618 app, WMIX AM Mount Vernon. Since we're near the top of the hour, there's an attack from the left side. That's McMillan. Ball bumped. Here's the sets. That is from James. And an attack left side. That's going to go off a Mount Vernon player. And that's going to be an attack and kill by Ridgeway. So that's now 4 straight points for the Lady Redbirds, and it's 17-16.
Yeah, they're getting it going for sure. They've come back. How much of a comeback have they had so far?
They were down by 10 at one point.
That's crazy. Good for them.
That's volleyball.
That's some hard work, yeah.
That's volleyball.
Staying in it like that.
There's a serve by Castile. Here's Mount Vernon on the return. Left front, that's McMillan. McMillan is going to get the point, catches it on the back side.
She's like, I'm tired of this. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. But McMillan able to get that attack and kill. It's 18-16. Rally ends for West Frankfort. And it looks like that we're going to have a substitution for West Frankfort. Out of the game is Castile, and into the game is Rala. Whenever I was looking at the rosters, Rala was listed as a defensive specialist and was doing a lot of outside hitting. There she goes on the dig. Here's an attack from the middle over the blocker on the swing. That was Lemon. Mount Vernon on the return. That's McMillan. Dug up there by Rala. That's going to be a set shot into the back row. Bumped up there by Mast. Here's another attack. McMillan slips it over to the blocker. And this is just going to be underhanded by Lemon. Hit the top of the tape. Ball near the net. That'll be another set shot. Good dig there from the left front. Here's a swing from the front left side. Mount Vernon keeps it alive. And an attack right side. That's Timmons. And dug up there middle left. Here's an attack from the middle front. Good dig there from Mast. And this is going to be an underhander. Rally continues. Long one here. 18-16. That's a swing. And it's going to be a kill. Middle front Lemon. West Frankfort head coach. That is Nick Ramsey. I don't know if you were able to pick that up. That was a scream of enthusiasm.
That's passion right there. He's waiting for that. He's like, wake up. Yes, that's what they need right here. They were just tipping it for a little bit, and I'm sitting here losing my mind, like, hit the ball, because that's what's going to happen is you're just going to keep handing it to them until they shove it down your throat.
Yep. And you got to be aggressive. That's going to be an ace for the Lady Redbirds once again. They have 6 of them in the contest, and this time that was courtesy of That would be number 6. That is Ryland Ray, another player that came into the game. So here is Mount Vernon on the ensuing possession. And once again, West Frankfort is going to take the point, tied it up at 18, and they now have the lead. So now Lady Rams find themselves in the corner with a 19-18 deficit. Here's Mount Vernon on the return from the front. That is Newell, dug up in the middle back. Here's an attack from the left side. That's 32 Ridgeway, dug up there from Powers. So the return's going to be a back row attack. Lost her footing there. That was Mast. And West Frankfort goes on the swing. There is Mast. Immediately got up, got the bump. That's going to hit the top of the net. Lands out of bounds. And West Frankfort once again is going to take the point. That's now 3 straight. And they are up by 2.
So they just got to clean it up. The Lady Rams got to clean it up. Everybody's got to talk.
I tell you, the 2 players off the bench, Castile and Ray. That's going to be another ace. Catches the backside. So I said 3 in a row. Let's make it 4 in a row from number 6, Ray. And Ray is going to get that ace.
She's got a mean serve. You can see him moving from up here.
Oh, yeah. Because we are just on the east side of the gym, right under or right above the Mount Vernon faithful. But the Lady Rams are going to use the first of their 2 timeouts, and it is West Frankfort 21, Lady Rams 18. And this timeout is brought to you by SSM Health. With over 100 local providers, SSM Health is the leading way in advanced health care. And also looking at our broadcast schedule, we do have Mount Vernon Rams football coming at you tomorrow night over from Carbondale. And that is going to be pregame starting at around 6:45 as the Rams trying to win their first game of the season. And this broadcast also brought to you by Huey Funeral Home, where each person's journey is unique and special. When you lose a loved one, Huey Funeral Home will help you tell their special story with love. HueyFH.com or call 242-3348. So West Frankfort again on the serve out of that timeout, 21-18. Here's an attack right side. They switch McMillan's spot. It's going to be a block up in the front, and that's Newell with the block.
They needed that right there. They needed that.
Well, after getting 4 straight points, and before that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and before that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they had 5, 4, and 4 on consecutive serves.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to keep your spirits up after that, you know.
Here's McMillan on the serve, and that's going to go straight into the net. Service error by McMillan. West Frankfort takes back over possession after Mount Vernon ended their 4-point rally. So now we got number 14, Reese James, the senior center. She's going to lob that one up, dug up by McMillan. Here's the return from the left front. That is Mast. Here's West Frankfort on the bump. Here's the set. That's an attack middle. Ridgeway. Great job there. That was McMillan in the back right. Here's West Frankfort on the return. And this will go from the middle. And once again, nice job there. That was Matt Miller that time. An attack from the right side. That's Timmons. Timmons goes for the backside and gets the kill.
That was good. That was good volleyball right there. Both sides. That was an amazing dig. And then I could never imagine being a right side hitter because you're coming, especially as a dominant right hand. Yeah, she had to cut in, and then you have to fully turn your body in. That's impressive.
So ready on the serve is Newell. And Newell, here she goes on the serve and almost got the ace. Diving play there by Melvin. Here are the Lady Rams, black and orange from the left side. Hey. That's going to be a kill. That is Mast.
Heck yeah.
They just needed her to get to the front row.
Yes, get her. That's another thing is you have to have, you have to just kind of, at some point, if you're digging, you just have to have a good pass in the air. That's a part of the setter's job is when you have a hitter like that, you need to make sure you are getting it in her vicinity where she can put the ball away. They did just that.
We've only had 3 ties at 1, 3, and 18, and it's 22-21. Miscommunication by West Frankfort, and Mount Vernon is going to get the point. That's going to tie this ball game up 22-22.
So we said 11-11 earlier. Is that just double now? What you get 8 wishes?
That's kind of how it's going. Lady Rams have 1 timeout remaining. West Frankfort with none. 22 all is the score. Here's a flat footer from the left side. That's decent. Good job there in the back left corner. Miscommunication, and that is going to be a no-hit. They had the set near the left part of the net, and Mount Vernon's going to give up the lead give up the tie, I should say.
Yeah.
So it is 23-22 after the first set went 25-23. Here's the set. Here's an attack left side two-hander. That was over on the left front by Mast. And West Frankfort gets it in 3. Here's the set. That is from Matt Miller to the right side. Just a bit too strong. That was Timmons on the swing. We're all tied up 23-all. So that's now our 5th tie. Or 24-22. You're right. It was out of bounds.
I was like, wait a second.
Game point, 24-22. Here is the serve. And here's Mount Vernon with the game on the line.
Yes,
that's going to be a nice swing. Mast is going to get the kill from the left front.
Ma'am. When you have a hitter like that that's putting it down every time, too, feed them. That's what. If they're on a roll, and it's like a game like this, I mean, play smart and like do what you have to do, but at the same time.
Well, I would say they have one of their best servers
Yes, they
in Savannah Marlowe, who has 10 service points today, including a couple of aces. And Mount Vernon needs a point to tie it up. Here is West Frankfort on their return. Diving play by Libero. This is hit number 3. Last hit by Mast. And Rally keeps alive. Here's an attack from the middle. Into the net. Into the net on the swing was Joyner. So we got a 24-24 game. No timeouts again from West Frankfort. So whoever gets the point here is going to take the 1-point lead. Here goes Mount Vernon. Here's the bump. Here's the set. Attack left side.
Yes.
That's Mast, and Mast almost got the kill, but a great job there up front. That was Rala on the dig. Here's another attack by Mast, and that's going to be the libero Melvin. First time they've had good positioning. Here's an attack from Rala. Still diving around. This is going to be last hit by Benson. Here is West Frankfort from right to left. An attack right side.
Good diving
play as West Frankfort will get that one back after 2 from Mount Vernon. And that is going to be a block by Benson.
That was wild.
I'm sure
absolutely
people,
wild.
If you're watching that on our video stream, man, that was some that was a great volley. So it's now match point for the Lady Rams, 25-24. Here's West Frankfort on the hit into the net by Rala, and that is going to be your ball game. Lady Rams come up with a 2-set victory, exciting one, and that was 25-23, 26-24. As the Lady Rams pick up win number 1 on the season, hopefully one of many that they'll be able to get.
Beautiful.
As they are going to head over to Mattoon on Saturday and play a couple of games, and depending on how they do, would play more later on. But we'll go ahead and send it back to our studios in Mount Vernon for a few commercial breaks, and we'll get this one wrapped up with our post-game show, which is brought to you by, that post-game show is the Biltmore Buildings post-game show, where your local MVPs for shots, homes, and ag buildings. Call 732-8704, and let's build something amazing together. You're listening to Lady Rams Volleyball, which is powered by People's National Bank on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
Chris with Bean Insurance Agency. We've been serving the listening area for over 20 years. Our office has a combined experience of over 75 years of insurance knowledge. We have multiple companies to choose from, so you get a great rate, and we strive to provide the best customer service around. This combination has won Bean Insurance Agency multiple awards over the last 20 years. Call today and find out for yourself at 618-242-6017 or stop by 1310 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Looking for a bank that fits your lifestyle? Discover People's National Bank, where convenience meets value. With mobile banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Enjoy free checking with no hidden fees, competitive mortgage loans to help you find your dream home, and specialized ag and commercial products to give you an advantage in managing your business. Experience banking made easy and affordable. Visit People's National Bank today and see the difference. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
They're finally here. Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon just received brand new 2025 Toyota Sequoias, and they're worth the wait. Hi, this is Presley Marlowe. Check out the Sequoia Limited 4-wheel drive in stunning ice cap and the rugged Sequoia TRD Pro 4-wheel drive in magnetic gray, both powered by the iForce Max twin-turbo V6 hybrid. And don't forget, every new Toyota at Munkin comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us in person or online at MunkinToyotaMountVernon.com today.
Streaming worldwide on the Section 618 app. This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball from WMIX Sports, presented by People's National Bank.
And this broadcast is also brought to you by Huey Funeral Home. And over at Huey Funeral Home, they're deeply honored to have been part of the rich history of our communities, and your trust is their sacred obligation. HueyFH.com. Call them at 242-3348. What an exciting day for the Lady Rams. They beat West Frankfort in straight sets. So we'll go ahead and do a scoreboard update, which is brought to you by, that would be, I got it here somewhere, right? Scoreboard update, which is brought to you by Tony Wilt State Farm. And he has over 15 years of service and has been in the Mount Vernon area for over 15 years. Call him at 242-1421 or go to TonyWilt.com to learn more. Freshman game, that was a 25-7, 25-19 affair. JV got a win. It was 25-15, 25-20. And in the varsity match, the Lady Rams pick up win number 1 on the season, winning 25-23 and 26-24. Our next broadcast of Lady Rams basketball is coming at you on September 8th, which is in 4 days. That's going to be this upcoming Monday, and it's going to be a home game against Woodlawn. We'll have that one start sometime at around 7 whenever the JV game ends, because that's going to be all 3. Plus, we'll also have the live play-by-play coverage on the Tuesday game, which is also here at home against Centralia. The Mount Vernon Rams football team will be live on WMIX tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and they're going to take on Carbondale. The Terriers are 1-0 on the season, and the Rams sitting at 0-1 on the year. And also the sponsor for the Ram of the Week, well, that's Country Financial agent Josh Finley, and he offers insurance coverage to protect what's most to you. Call Josh Finley with Country Financial at 618-242-4024 or stop by 814 Harrison Street in Mount Vernon. We'll go ahead and send it back and take another commercial break. This is the post-game show, which is brought to you by Biltmore Buildings, and they do from farms to families. Biltmore Buildings deliver strength, style, and hometown pride. Let's go build something great. This is Lady Rams Volleyball on WMIX and the Section 618 app, powered by People's National Bank.
You've seen prices rise from the dinner table to the pump, but Allstate agents are seeing ways to save you money on insurance. From starting a new policy to bundling coverage or even driving safely, Allstate agents know how to maximize your savings. They'll share their knowledge as they help you personalize your coverage. Because when it comes to seeing all the ways to save, Allstate agents do it best.
Contact Mount Vernon's Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Ready to build something amazing? Look no further than Biltmore Buildings, Inc. As a proud, locally owned company with over 6,000 successful projects, we're here to serve our community with dedication and integrity. From agricultural structures to automotive shops, workshops, and homes, our skilled team is committed to turning your ideas into a reality. With competitive pricing and a family-supported approach, we put you first. Let's build your future together. Call Biltmore Buildings, Inc. at 618-732-8704.
Looking for convenient banking with a local touch? Welcome to People's National Bank. With their easy-to-use services and friendly bankers, they're here to make your banking entire experience smooth and personalized. From checking accounts to mortgages and agriculture loans and more, they're always here for you. Experience the difference with People's National Bank, where convenience meets community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball from WMIX Sports. The Biltmore Buildings postgame show starts now.
And welcome back here to Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball on WMIX and the Section 618 app, which is powered by People's National Bank, and they offer competitive rates and flexible solutions for all your banking needs. Discover how they can help at peoplesnationalbank.com. Also, Mount Vernon Wind Supply has Grizzly coolers for your next tailgate and Grizzly deer blinds. Stop by and get your hunting season started right. Route 37 South in Mount Vernon. So, Tatum, pretty good win for the Lady Rams as they defeat West Frankfort 25-23, 26-24. Had some pretty good rallies, had a few aces across the board on both sides, and I would say the defensive specialists definitely had their hands full today.
Oh, they definitely did, and especially even offense. Like I think both sides of the how would you word that? Like the back row and front row. There we go. There are the words. Both had to work their tails off for what they pulled off tonight. I was a little bit nervous whenever I saw on their past games that they've lost. I was like, oh man, I was kind of a little disappointed. I was like, well, dang, I thought they were going to be able to, show up and show out. But after what I saw, I don't know what the difference was between those games and this tonight. Maybe home court, maybe, like I said, they were meshing very well. So I don't know if it just clicked tonight or what.
Well, this is the first one, or I guess the second one that is an actual regular season game because the other three losses were in tournaments.
Right,
and
that's true.
Obviously, tournaments, you're going to use you'll have some JV players that are brought up there.
Different atmosphere, too. Different atmosphere altogether.
Well, when you have 3 or 4 games happening all at the same time, there's a lot of distractions there, and it's real hard to focus in those tournaments.
Yeah, I just didn't know what to expect after looking at that. I guess you automatically think one thing, and I definitely got checked because they were phenomenal tonight. I mean, both teams were very good offensively and defensively. I was on the edge of my chair through some of these digs and saves and kills. It was phenomenal. I think they're amazing, and they're going to do great this year.
Well, Addison McMillan had some nice swings. They definitely had a pretty good game out of Kendall Mast. I mean,
she was popping off.
On the set side, you had Matt Miller and Marlowe both making some pretty solid plays whenever they entered the game because you can only have one setter out there at a time.
Right, yeah, and you got to try and keep. I know you get your own. Each setter has their own hitters if you're staying in the right rotation. So able to keep that leveled out throughout, because you don't want to have one strong rotation and then one weak. You want to make sure that they are both equal and you have the right setter with the right hitter kind of thing. It's a lot to figure out fundamentally in there, and it looked pretty. It was a flow.
And we also have coming up our Player of the Game, which is brought to you by Mount Vernon Culver's. You can stop by for a big juicy butter burger, cheese curds, pretzel bites, and delicious frozen custard. That's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon. We'll have that after we come back on our next break. And this is the post-game show brought to you by Built More Buildings. Big builds, small towns. Built More Buildings. Make it happen. Call 732-8704. But again, the Mount Vernon Lady Rams win this in 2 sets, 25-23, 26-24. We owe you one more commercial break. Then when we come back, we'll wrap this one up, get our player of the game, look at some of the stats, and then we'll call it a day here from Mount Vernon as, again, the Lady Rams pick up win number 1 on the 2025 campaign. This is Lady Rams Volleyball, which is powered by People's National Bank on WMIX and the Section 618 app.
You need insurance to help protect things that mean a lot to you. You need coverage that's affordable because we all have a budget. At Country Financial, we get it. For close to 100 years, we've offered insurance and financial services to help protect what's most important to you and to help prepare for your future. Best of all, I'm here to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. In other words, we've got your back. I'm Josh Finley, your local Country Financial representative. Call me at 618-242-4024.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese.
Hey, Mount Vernon.
Let us serve you a handcrafted Wisconsin favorite. Every juicy butter burger with fresh, never frozen beef, scoop of creamy, fresh frozen custard, and real Wisconsin cheese curd is made with love and served with a smile. Welcome to Delicious.
It's our pleasure.
This is Mount Vernon Lady Rams Volleyball from WMIX Sports. The Mount Vernon Culver star of the game is next.
And welcome back here to the post-game show, which is brought to you by Biltmore Buildings, as the Lady Rams win by a two-set margin, 25-23, 26-24, over the West Frankfort Lady Redbirds. And, of course, this broadcast was powered by People's National Bank, where you can discover the difference with People's National Bank. From savings accounts to home loans, they provide the solutions you need. Learn more at peoplesnationalbank.com. All right, Tatum, let's go ahead and take a look at our player of the game, which is brought to you by Mount Vernon Culver's. You can stop by Culver's in Mount Vernon, who is now hiring. Starting pay is $16 an hour, and you can join the Blue Crew today or go to culvers.jobs and search Mount Vernon, and you can apply in person as well at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon. So who do you got for player of the game today?
I definitely had to choose Kendall Mast. I do not think that they would have been able to go on as many runs as they did for as long as the runs without her kills, because I remember quite a few times there was about 3 or 4 kills that came straight from her each time they went on a run. I mean, all of the girls, like the defense, like you said, you can't have any hits without the defense, you know what I mean? Let me see what is. I need to get their names figured out. Marlo, beautiful setter, beautiful hands.
Yep.
I know a lot of people don't understand that statement of beautiful hands, but she has gorgeous hands, and having somebody being able to put the ball where you need it each time too, so that she is able to follow through with that. But I think she definitely put the team on her back tonight. I think she deserves it.
How many kills would Mast have had? Probably about...
Just in that last match, she had between 7 or 8, and then the one before. So she had about 16 to 18 kills tonight.
Well, she was also getting it done in the back row, because at least 3 or 4 of those came from the backside.
Yes.
So we will have the sophomore outside hitter, Kendall Mast, as our Culver's player of the game. And we expect great things out of the young underclassman who was the only sophomore that was starting for, well, either team. Everyone was seniors and juniors, and she was the lone sophomore. So definitely a strong game. And she also had a couple of aces to her name as well, and 10 service points. So definitely well-deserving is the sophomore outside hitter, Kendall Mast. So we would like to thank all of our sponsors that helped us bring this game to you today, and also for the rest of the season. We, again, will have Rams football happening over at Carbondale. That is tomorrow night, starting at around 7, with pregame show at around 6:45. Volleyball is going to be back in action on Monday, which is a home game against Woodlawn. Got anything else for us, Tatum?
I'll see you Monday.
Well, I won't be on that call on Monday.
No,
I'll be back on Tuesday.
I'll see y'all. You'll hear me Monday. How about that? I got to figure that out.
Yeah, Hugo's going to be back on the call on Monday, and then
I gotcha.
Tuesday I'll take care of the Centralia one. So we'll see what Woodlawn's going to be able to do against them.
That's my hometown right there.
So I'd like to, again, thank our sponsors. Thank everyone for tuning in today. I'd like to thank our camera operator, that is Devin, our color commentator, Tatum. And, of course, thank you for listening here this evening. Mount Vernon wins in straight sets, 25-23, 26-24 over West Frankfort for win number 1 on the 2025 campaign. So live here from Mount Vernon High School for Lady Rams Volleyball on WMIX, which was powered by People's National Bank, I'm Trey Meyer.